Alright, man. You ready? Alright, today on eBay Unboxed, we're going to be doing a screen swap for an iPhone 5. We're going to be taking out the bad, we bought a bad aftermarket screen for an iPhone 5 that's just glitchy as all heck. And so we already went ahead and took it off, and I explained to you where the screws go, how we took it off, and then show you how to replace for a brand new OEM, supposed OEM part that we bought on eBay. Now, right here, sorry we already opened the box, we wanted to make sure everything was legit. Right here is the supposed OEM, which means original, what was it, manufacturing? Original equipment manufacturing, OEM. So it's just a general acronym that means that the part that you're buying is made by the people who actually made the original parts of whatever it is. So, this is a supposed OEM screen for an iPhone 5. Now, we already went ahead and we took off the old one, and as you can see on the backs of these, for hooking the screen back in, just for a regular iPhone 5, not the 5S, not the SE, those are a little bit different because they have fingerprint sensitive touchpads on them. Now this one, 1, 2, 3 plugins that plug in at the top of the phone. Now you have one screwdriver for actually taking off the bottom 2 screws. That's actually, it looks like a tiny little pick, but actually it's a 5-point, a star head on there. And they take off these little ones, these little tiny screws. Let me see if I can get one. Little teeny tiny guys that actually go in the very base of the phone. To the left and the right of where the lightning plug goes in are these 2 little tiny holes that are right inside, right inside it before the speaker holes. 2 little tiny holes, and that's where these guys go. Now that's what's actually going to hold your screen on as far as screw wise. Just those 2 little screws. 1, 2. You're going to want to put these screws on something bright enough so you can see where they're at. Now, after that, up top here is where your actually 3 plugs are going to go. Right inside there. 1, 2, and 3. Now there's a cover plate that comes off. This metal cover plate right here actually fits perfectly over this. Let's see if I can get that on there just to show you. Perfectly over that right there. That's where it goes. And then after you get all your 3 plugs plugged in, you're going to put that cover plate back on. You have 2 more little screws, 3 little screws that go in there to secure that before we actually click the phone the rest of the way into place and put our bottom 2 screws in to hold it there. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Oh, and yeah, the first thing you want to make sure is to use a paper clip, to poke in this little tiny side hole of the phone right here. That's where your SIM card goes. Poke the paper clip in this little hole here, right there, push it, and it'll pop out. And take your SIM card out, and then you can get to work taking the screen apart. You don't want to do it beforehand because you can damage your SIM card. Alright, now here's our new screen. Still has a little plastic shield on it and everything. So, I'm going to go ahead, and when you push these little parts, you can tell the sizes of each one. You got one facing up and down, vertical, and then these 2 horizontal ones. One's smaller, one's larger. You can see on the phone where each one will go. It's pretty self-explanatory as far as clicking them into place. But when you click them into place, you don't want to crush them in there. You really don't want to crush them in there. You want to press until you feel it. You'll feel it. It's all a push and feel type of situation with these. You'll actually feel it go into place once you press them down in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first one. There we go. I can feel it. Okay, there's that one. Oh, it keeps coming out. It's not a very strong hold, not until we get that face plate in there anyway.
Where do you push and feel?
Right, you're actually going to press on top. of each one. Just right down, right when you feel like you get it in the grooves of each one. You can wiggle it around a little bit till you get it in those grooves, and then once you press it down, you're really going to feel it click and hold. Now we got one more to press in here. This one's kind of difficult. This is the vertical one. There it goes. Did you hear that? I wonder if you could hear that. That actually clicked right in. Okay, now you don't want to bend this, you don't want to let the screen fall backwards either, because that'll just pull your plugs right back out. So while we're holding it there, we're going to go ahead and put our faceplate back on. And we're going to screw the first screw that's already sitting in one of the faceplate holes, and screw that back in. See if we can get that to hold on. Don't worry, that's not the sound of stuff breaking, I promise. Now this actual screwdriver that I have is magnified. So you can actually put these screws back in. Or yeah, you can just touch your screwdriver to the screws and it'll suck them up like a vacuum cleaner almost. Make sure you don't over tighten them either, because you don't want to strip these screws out. That's the last thing you want to do. All right, and get the last screw in here. Make sure we got a good hold on here. That one, this is the star head key. This is for the very bottom. This that just those two screws. Alright, now when we're putting it back on, we're actually going to put the top in first. You want to put that top in first. Press down, make sure you're going along, and as you're going along, you're pressing down from the top down to the bottom of the phone. This is the top of, I know I'm holding it upside down, but this is the top of the phone, just how I'm holding it. I'm going to press it down to the bottom. You can hear it. No, yeah. Jeez.
See, that's what happened with the phone before. The very top, the bottom of the top.
Was pressing out?
It was pressing out,
yeah.
Yes.
And that's the other aftermarket screen that we got. It was a piece of garbage. But actually, the phone stopped turning on there at the end.
And it kept on locking me out of my phone, and wouldn't let me push any buttons on it.
Oh, and the razor blade. The razor blade definitely comes in handy for putting the screen back in and taking it out. It helps you get inside that little groove there. Open it up so you can slide the screen back into place where it belongs. Hear that snap? That's a good snap, not a bad snap. That's everything's going back into place snap.
Now I have a new and improved phone.
Well, we'll see. Find out if this is even going to work.
First we have to plug it in. Oh, she's right behind you. Because it's dead, I had to let it die.
Yeah, so let's find out if it's going to work. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Oh my gosh. I got these weird bars up top.
What? That's weird.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll go away. Hopefully it does.
Let's hope. Maybe something's wrong with the inside.
Could be. We'll find out. Alright, so we're getting these bars up top. I don't know if any of you guys ever had those.
You know what we didn't put in? We didn't put in the bottom screws.
That's fine. They don't need to be in.
Okay.
The bottom screws don't need to go in right away when you're just you're testing the phone, seeing if it'll come back on.
You know what? Should I put my card back in?
So we're going to let it charge for a second here.
Put my card back in?
You can do that right now.
Okay.
Make sure you put it in the right way. There you go. Yep, like that. Try to do it on camera. That way they can see it. Card goes sliding back in there.
I don't even know where it is.
And then we're going to go ahead and put the bottom screws back in. And this little guy, even the star one, for every kit that I've ever had for putting together iPhones, they've always been, no, they've always been magnetized so that you can grab the screws pretty easily. And there we go, screws right back in there.
Yeah, but then it's hard to take out.
Sorry guys, I got it plugged in too. I'm trying to let it charge to show you guys how it turns back on, if it does turn back on. In all seriousness, the turning on of the phone could be the phone itself, could be a bigger problem than just the screen, because this phone is old, mind you.
It used to be yours, you said, when you were younger?
Yeah, quite a few years ago. Probably about 30. Right, about 6 years ago I got this phone. It was older. It was older then, I think. Alright. Got those back in. Anyway, we're going to do a follow-up video to this one and let you know how it all came out, because I don't know how long this thing's going to have to charge or if it's a screen, and that way I can, we're going to wait at least 10 minutes. It should be charged. If it's a good screen, it should be charged enough by then to at least turn the phone back on. So we're going to go ahead and do a follow-up video and let you know how it came out. But as far as installing this screen, if you have any more questions for me, go ahead and leave that in the comment and I can get back to you about it. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that we can't really say anything until we find out when the phone comes back on how the screen's doing. I'll tell you what though, seeing those bars up top like that, I don't know, that is not a good sign off the bat. I'll tell you that. It looks very odd.
Like a good sign.
No, you know what it looks like? It honestly looks like the phone almost took a picture of us sitting here and it's trying to display the door in the background. It looks really weird. But it's all chopped up like that. It's super weird. I don't know. Anyway, guys, go ahead and leave in the comments if you know why that might be happening. Also, leave in the comments what you want to see us do next here on eBay Unboxed. It's up to you guys, as long as it's within reason. You know, don't ask me to buy something for like $50,000 on eBay. But if we can keep it within reason, you guys want to see me buy something on eBay, find out if it's worth the money that I paid for it. Go ahead and leave it in the comments what you guys want to see. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like the video, and subscribe too to eBay Unboxed, where your host is Joe, and today my side host today is your name. There it is, Braden. This is name. All right. So like I say, go ahead, like the video if you want, subscribe, and we're gonna get back to another video and let you know how this thing came out. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.